Steady hands than me.
Just don't flick it.
I can't even watch. I know.
Yeah. Yeah, that's probably a bit too far.
Are we good?
10 out of 10.
You need to unplug your microphone and put it back on. Cool, we're on. Where can we stand? Sit back up.
Someone on Facebook.
Yeah, someone on Facebook. Okay.
We might have to stand up.
Yeah, so we can see.
Yeah.
Okay, so if this is all working well, we're currently live streaming the North Island Pairs final. I'm joined by Steve Fisher and co-commentary, and the teams against each other is Mark Hasty, who's playing with Matthew Farquhar, and Sean Blackburn, who's playing with Joy Archer. Thank you for joining us on this, Steve.
Very
Experiment.
welcome, Alex. Very welcome. Hopefully it comes across well to everybody and it works out.
It's probably important to emphasise that this is very much a test run. Currently the camera is supported
By a freezer basket, some cable ties, and a fluffy black glove.
Yep.
So
Anyway, on the bowls front, it started off quite well. A tight head.
a very tight, good start. Very good ball there by Matthew.
Looks like yellow's still holding one.
And both these two teams had very convincing wins in their semi-finals. So
Which should work out for a close final, you'd hope.
you would think so.
Joy Archer on her forehand there.
Yeah, she's in the head nicely.
Just
Yeah,
change it
good
around a
bowl
bit.
by Joy. It's taken a few options away for Black.
Matthew Farquhar's been having a screamer of a season so far.
Yes.
Every time I look on Facebook, he's won something else.
He's got 4 by plenty titles.
Four
this year.
titles in a year.
Yeah, it's a very good effort by
Obviously
Matthew.
looking to add another feather to his cap.
He's certainly been impressive today. He's led well all day for Mark, and certainly makes Mark's job so much easier.
Absolutely, it's more important in pairs. The floor seems to be playing nice enough as well.
Yeah. Well, they've certainly got the pick of it for the final, haven't they? So.
Consistent with what it does. Matthew just looking just to reach onto that black.
Yeah,
and a
that's
good bowl.
good. Change the head. That's very good.
Opened up options now. Sean's got to be looking at a way to fix it. Any thoughts, Steve?
Probably from here. I mean, he could have a little look down on these on his backhand and try and lift out the
Second shot.
sort of second black bowl there, the sitting black bowl. He rolls that sort of 2 or 3 times.
Absolutely.
Give him good position on the head.
If you leave it like this, you're just going to end up getting...
He's always got the outside black. He can get a little slide off as well.
Is he
It looks
close?
like he's into that head there somewhere.
Oh, great effort.
That's a good bowl though. Good positional bowl there.
Mark will be right into that. On his backhand, you'd think.
You would think so. A couple of options there. He's got the middle black, or even the inside one. If he's a little bit tight, he could poke it through the gap onto the kitty.
Giving it a real good chance here.
Very good chance.
Oh,
Good bowl.
bowl.
Very good bowl, Mark.
And if I sat down there, I think Yellow's still
That's-
holding on to the shot.
Yes. It's good for black though. There,
Yeah.
got some good position now.
All
Good back
position.
bowl at the back of the net.
All the position in the world in there a little bit. It's pretty
Sean's
good.
got to be a little bit careful here what he does, that he doesn't set Mark up for something to take that yellow out of the head.
If he can either dump one in the front and muddy the eye a little bit, or get a good second or third shot.
Even if he turns that outside yellow around onto the back
on
bowl,
his
it gives him a
backhand.
bit of position, something to play to.
And they get another bowl to respond. I really hope this is working.
Yes,
Everything. So the crowd needs to be careful with their language. Need to be careful with your language. And Sean decided to play his forehand. Looking,
Still
oh,
a
that
bit
was a,
wide
that was a
there.
good option actually. If we got the outside edge of that.
Yeah, if you got an edge and just pushes it through onto towards the back black there.
Didn't miss by much. Stay shorter.
Right, just looking at his options here, Alex. It's obviously going to look to turn that black ball through, I think, onto the
certainly.
kitty.
Played it with nice weight on
If
his
he gets it
backhand.
right, he might even get the yellow. Yeah, good ball, Mark.
good
Well
shot.
played. Very good ball. Really good weight.
It's certainly showing that they've been playing all day. This first end of the final's been pretty top notch. A lot of
Yeah,
effective
carried
bowls.
on from where they were in the semi-final. They
As
both
you
went
said
very
before,
well.
yeah, both of these pairs combinations won their semis with relative ease.
Yeah, very
Just
convincing.
smothered the jack and got out
Some
in
very
front.
good opposition as well.
Pretty good calibre themselves. There's two people who've played in the North Island team and two academy players.
Yeah, most definitely.
10 or so centre titles between them all, I would think. Joy won the National Fours in 2012. That's Sean's lead.
And runner-up peers.
Yes, that's correct. And Hawke's Bay. Sean's been runner-up in the triples before. I think Mark might have made his way down to a couple of semis here and there. All certainly well-performed bowlers.
Yeah, it's been a very tough field today. So for these two teams to make it to the final, it's been a great effort because the field has been very, very strong. Very high calibre.
120 teams. Looking to split them both off and follow. A little bit narrow there, just got the plant through and killed it. So it's 3 points away.
Yeah. First end completed.
It's a 10-end game, no time limit for this final. Gives plenty of time for twists and turns. And a good jack thrown there by Matthews.
One thing on this floor, it is slightly uphill, downhill, and just being the slightly downhill way, getting this direction, it does play on the mind of some players. So it's a good start by Matthew there. He's adjusted well as the weight.
Absolutely. Joy looking to follow him down. No swearing in the crowd. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah, good opener there by Joy.
Forcing Matthew to switch to his
Change
backhand
his
now.
hand now. Yeah.
Very deliberate. Oh, how's that green? A little bit of everything.
Yeah. Just dropped a fraction of weight too, which probably made his bowl just duck under the head there and get that speed of the first bowl. He was probably pretty good line, I think.
Enjoy switching to a backhand as well. Should be looking ideally just to be slightly past.
Yeah, if you could just slip past the edge of that kitty, put a bit of pressure on Matthew's third bowl. And she might just have a touch more speed than Matthew.
Good effort
hold
here.
up nicely.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, two good bowls by Joy. Very good. Still a shot on for Matthew though. There's still a little trail on the kitty there.
Yeah, he'll back himself to make the correction. Yep.
No, he's just got a little bit of
Looks
speed
like
on.
you might like it.
Just a fraction on the wide side, just overcooked it a little bit. Right idea though.
It comes down to what Joy does here.
Yeah, just looking to consolidate the two good bowls which she's played and put a little bit of pressure on Mark's first bowl.
No.
Again, she's
How far is it
somewhere
going
close
to keep
again.
going?
She's gonna
Yeah, it's
just a touch short, but
that's good leading from Joy. She's had perfect green with all three bowls.
she has.
Always a good sign. Mark will be really wanting this first bowl to be
His first bowl's
effective.
very important here. He's got an opportunity. He has got a chance of a little trail on the kitty to Matthew's two bowls. So
If you talk to Lamy or Mike, they always talk about Skip's first bowl and the lead's last bowls as being the money ones in an end, and this is an example of that.
yeah, very important bowl by Mark here. Somewhere close there. Yeah, it's a very good bowl in the head by Mark. Very good positional bowl.
Probably in for third shot, but it's looking a lot healthier than it was. Sean on his backhand as well.
Yeah, good bowl by Sean. Very good bowl by Sean. He has left a little split there for Mark, however.
I think Mark will stay on the back end, just nice weight.
Yeah, and even if he is fractionally wide, he gets a bit of that yellow. Kitty could possibly still make its way through to those black bowls of Matthews.
Just discussing the head. It's always good in a final, I think, just to ensure that you're taking your time for your shot selections.
Yeah, and also I think if it's just the lead reassuring the skipper of the shot that they're playing, that is the right thing to do. But obviously all four of these players are very highly experienced, so I'm sure there won't be too many mistakes made with decision making.
Sounds like a funny thing to say when Matthew's about 16 or 17, but he's been. Thank you, Tim.
Yeah, very good bowl here by Mark. That's a great bowl.
Top notch.
Very good bowl by Mark. That's changed the head dramatically now.
He's been playing excellent bowls today. He's got his tail up.
Yeah, his weight control's been superb all day. And that's the big thing, I think, is your weight control, especially on a floor like this, because it is slightly uphill, downhill.
Absolutely.
And you can adjust well to the different directions. I think it's a great head start on the opposition.
It's a floor that rewards confident bowls as well. And it was a bit stiff there from Sean.
Slightly unlucky.
So that he's left himself with options there.
He has. Yeah, Mark has to actually be slightly careful what he does here, because there's an opportunity for Sean to pick up a number.
On both ends, really.
Yes.
You'll just be looking to change it here just a little
bit. Back end, by the looks. Yeah, he's still coming down the back end way. There's a little bit of danger on this forehand side from Mark, so he does have to be slightly careful where this finishes. Good to see a few people stay around to watch the final.
Yeah, it's always nice to have a little bit of
crowd. Again somewhere. That's a very good bowl.
It's a very good bowl.
Very good bowl. There's possibly still a slight squeeze if he gets that front black. He could get a little squeeze off the back black.
You've got
yellows out the side.
Look at these three down. He's got plenty of mat to use. You can afford to be quite positive with his shot.
He's also got a chance to be slightly wide on the black yellow split on the outside here. He's got a yellow out the other side.
A couple of them away. Absolutely.
It's definitely the percentage shot. There's a couple of opportunities for him. So
I wouldn't be surprised if he went to his little crouch for his run shot here.
Yeah, I'm sure he'll be very positive into this.
Or on his knees.
It's quite safe to have a little bit of weight on him.
Is he going to hold long enough? That's the question. That's close.
Ooh,
that was a good bowl. That was a good shot.
Maybe just got the underside of the bowl a little bit. Didn't quite get it square enough.
He played it with good weight for a result. And he did cut it down to one. So he'll be happy with that.
And over a 10-end game too, you've always got time to come back.
Absolutely. So 4-0 is the score after 2 of the 10 ends. If the camera isn't picking it up. It was an incredible effort to get this camera
it's amazing.
aimed at the mat.
It's a thing of beauty, the setup that we have here. It's, sure Television New Zealand would be very proud of what we've done here.
We could teach them.
I think it might be worth a photo, Alex.
I think it might be
worth a photo. People the lengths we've gone to get this working.
It's how seriously we take our bowls. Disappointed I didn't get Colin in that.
That's a good opener from Matthew, just round the back of the head.
Yeah, you always want to be passed.
Yeah, good lead bowls. Joy again, just straight onto the kitties.
Now, because of Matthew's first bowl, they've got so many options there. If Matthew's fallen short and Joy gone, Jack, you're on.
Correct.
A little bit of strife.
It's going to be close again. He might just be a touch short. Not too bad, very usable there though. It's not short enough that it's a nuisance. It's a very usable bowl. Yeah, another good bowl by Joy. Yeah, that's a very good bowl. Two great opening bowls by Joy on this end. I've just put a lot of pressure on Matthew's last bowl.
Just figured out that we can actually see the comments, Steve. No, nothing serious yet, but that's good if anyone has anything to ask.
Yeah, fire away.
It's good timing. Don't take note of that. That black screen there is just my phone being silly.
Oh,
what was I on here for? Right.
So just to give people a bit of an idea of the calibre of players that we have in the final here.
Yeah, we've got a list of things.
Matthew Farquhar, New Zealand Junior Singles winner in 2017. And he showed why in that with that bowl there. Very good bowl by Matthew.
And the academy team for this Nationals coming up.
And as we said earlier, he's won, I think, 4 Bay of Plenty championship titles this year, which has given him his gold star for Bay of Plenty Centre. So great effort by Matthew. And his skip Mark, North Island, won North Island triples in 2012. He's played North Island men's team as well. And prior to that, obviously, in the academy team.
Yeah, it has a smattering of centre titles from around the country.
Most definitely. Another good bowl by Joy there with her third bowl.
It's relatively open. Mark would be wanting again at the first bowl of the skip. You want to be real effective.
Definitely, there's a bit of room for him. He can potentially just slightly over the draw the shot here. So.
Looking at the scoreboard, he knows he's 4-0 up. He'd be wanting to score on his hand just to get that sort of
a fraction on the wide side that time. But
it was a good bowl.
The speed was very good.
Yeah, unfortunately for him, he set that yellow down, which obviously tightens it up a little bit.
Gives Sean the opportunity to draw a bit full to that yellow now and just close the head off.
Might be a little bit narrow, I think.
No, he's played very.
I know nothing, Steve.
Slightly unlucky by Sean there, just an unlucky little rub as if a little split on for Mark. You could either go clean or a little touch off the outside bowl to pick the kitty up. So it's actually just giving Mark a slight opportunity here with a fraction of weight on. It is the uphill way, so he can be a bit positive. It's relatively safe for him.
Yeah, he's given it a good chance here, I think.
He's given his bowl a very good chance.
He's given it a good chance here.
Great bowl, Mark.
Oh, what a shot.
Very good bowl.
He is flying high. Once he gets his tail up, he's real tough to beat.
Oh, most definitely. It's
a chance here.
It's a confidence game. I think when things are going good for you, they're going good. So,
how's your weight, Sean?
Just be a little bit tight.
Yeah, that's
not the worst bowl there, though.
It's
again, good position. He's given himself an opportunity. Mark will probably have to try and get under the kitty here.
Yeah,
and
if
get
he's not
into
effective for this bowl, he's going to be looking to drop into 3 or 4, which will get Sean right back in the game.
I'm sure he could either pick the black bowl out clean or get a little slide with the kitty and pick up a 3. So, very important bowl for Mark.
I think he'll know that as well. He's given himself a chance.
Yeah,
It holds a little bit.
Yeah, I think he's pretty good with that one. That's a very good bowl.
Yeah, good bowl.
Very good bowl, Mark. He's done very well.
What do you do here, Steve? Overarm?
Overarm, yeah. Just a nice draw to the shot bowl, I suppose.
It looks like
it's almost be touching, so doesn't need much movement to probably get the shot out. It's probably the safest option.
Yellow before it's going off the mat. So
it's probably not. He doesn't want to attack too much because probably doesn't need another kill at this stage. Just a gentle effort, I would think.
Now we wait.
He's going to hold.
If he holds, he's got
a little bit tight, I think.
Tight. He was probably conscious of the jack being quite near the end of the mat there, and just double bluffed himself perhaps a little bit. That's a great bowl.
One to Mark. So
so that makes us
5-0 after 3 years to Mark and Matthew.
Correct.
Again, Mark, as we said earlier, he's making that first bowl count. It's making quite a difference in the ends.
Absolutely. I think it's almost an underrated shot. People think often about your last bowl to win a game or something like that, but it's one in the middle of the head.
Especially in pairs too, it's very important for the skip, because if his first bowl, if he's in trouble, it's a good get out of jail shot.
Absolutely.
And if he kills, it's only 2 as opposed to 3 with his other bowls. So it's always a very crucial bowl, whether you're attacking or defending at the end.
Good thing for Matthew, he definitely wasn't short with that first ball. He started off with that.
No.
He is nailing the green. Both leads are actually.
Just follow them around. Just slightly on the wide side, but is past the kitty, so not wasted at all.
Yep, and no need for Matthew to change his hand. He'll still be on his forehand. Playing off one knee nowadays.
Yeah, he's got a really nice smooth delivery, Matthew. He's looking good again, is he? Just going to run up the fraction. Sure.
Yeah, it's a good bowl.
It's a good bowl, though. He's run far enough in front of Kitty that it's good.
Enough to get Joy to change her hand to the backhand. Yeah,
it's a nice draw on this hand, so Joy's got a chance. She could draw that off or just sit the black off the front of the head. She misses that. She finishes on the spot.
She'll be looking to draw the spot.
There.
Yeah. Plenty of tight. That.
Might be just a bit tight.
Yeah.
Speed's good. Very good. Good weight.
Yeah, it's finished in a good place. Like if Matty doesn't get there, Joy's going to have a good opportunity.
Yeah, he'll be looking to sit that out. Probably on the inside of those 2 yellows. Just to stop the trail for Joy.
Right.
He's gone a bit wide. He's taken a bit more green, so even in between those two yellows is not a bad home for Matthew.
That's a good
fine.
shot.
Yeah, could be very useful.
Constricted the head a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll be wanting this one to count.
Again, it's that last bowl for the leads, very important. They skip the best opportunity with their first bowl.
Alright, where's this one going to end up?
Just a fraction heavy, actually.
Yeah.
That's a good spot.
That's a good bowl.
That's fine. No problem at all.
And again, as we've been yabbering on about, it comes down to yes, it is Jeff. Asked if it's Mr. Fisher. That's very respectful.
Yes, Mr. Tyndall it is.
What were we saying? That first bowl of Mark's again. It's going to need to make it.
You just have to get around and probably if he could draw the spot, back spot would be good position for him. Just put a bit of cover in between those two yellow bowls, stop the trail from Sean.
How's his weight there,
The
Steve?
traction short. If he's on top of Jack, it's not too bad.
That's a good bowl. I'd be expecting to see.
Stop the trail, so Sean will have to attack the head a little bit.
See Sean right through that on the back end or the forehand, really. If he gets that front black, the Jack's popping back. If he gets the
possibly,
shot
depending on the angle, he might actually split those two blacks out of the head.
Yeah, absolutely.
If he gets the right angle on it, but
his eyes backhand. Give himself two chances.
Yeah, because if he is fractionally wide, he can lay down the shot hole.
I reckon he's close here, Steve.
It's very close. That's a very good bowl by Sean. Very unlucky.
That was a good shot.
I just got it all a little bit too clean. I wanted just to touch off that front bowl first, perhaps.
Push the
Still
Jack.
probably a better position than what he had before he played his bowl, so... So just on Sean and Joy, looking back at their record they've got, Joy was a winner in the winning fours team, 2012 Nationals in Chicago, and also a member of the North Island Academy team this year.
And she, like the others, again has a smattering of centre titles. She's a well-performed bowler and a strong centre as well. She plays for the Waikato Centre.
Most definitely.
Part of that super women team that they have. That
amazing ladies team. It's very, very strong indeed.
Essentially hasn't lost a game.
The score is 5-0 after 3 innings to Mark and Matthew. It is a team game, so a lot of time to go yet. There is no time limit, so we'll get through our 10 innings, no doubt.
Yeah.
It's a very good bowl by Mark here. If he sits on the back of the mat, that's a very good bowl.
That's a good shot. I wonder if Sean has an opportunity on that black-yellow plant. If it's straightening up off the black or if it's going
I guess you just have to be careful it's not straightening too much and getting the kitty as opposed to getting the black. He also has a yellow on the run here as well.
On the back end, yeah.
If he was able to get onto that, he might be able to run that up onto kitty.
Yeah, it looks like what they're looking at. It's got a couple of good options.
I guess ideally he doesn't want to be a bit wide and sit that other black down. It'll almost sit behind kitty, make it very hard to get out at that point, but there's an opportunity for him if he was to sneak around that short yellow and roll the other one up onto the kitty.
Alright, he's played it with good weight.
He's around the front one.
He's around the front one, he's close. He's close here.
Close, Sean. Oh, very good try. It's a very good effort.
That was a great bowl, very unlucky.
He has isolated Mark with only one bowl on the head now. So.
And again, he's developing the head nicely here, giving himself a chance for a number. All he needs is a 2 or a 3.
That's right. Or a 1. Things just haven't quite fallen his way, and Mark has closed off the opportunities to his credit. So, I'm sure Sean will be thinking that sooner or later something will come his way.
Must be looking up through that split, he thinks.
Yeah, through the split. If he gets the black,
how quickly is it going to dive?
A bit of a risk by Mark, but got away with it.
Sean's hands are on his
head.
It
actually might have helped Sean now because that yellow might straighten up off the black, and it might be a bit of a plant on there now to get the back black off. And if he does that, he'll probably be set holding 3.
We're not in the best angle here, but from here that certainly looks like the shot that I'll be going
I think that black just moved onto the edge of the yellow, which may just straighten it up enough now to not get kitty. Probably not a lot else on for him, I don't think.
No, unless he's looking just for a 1 or a 2, in which case he can still probably play his backhand. But I quite like that black-yellow plant, if it works, which it might not.
I guess he's, if he's looking at a bit of a long shot, there's also a very short black that he may get right up into the... It's a very long shot. But
if you could plant that dead square onto the yellow, though, to
yellow onto black, I think he is looking at something up there because he's gone into the crouch, so he's obviously going to be coming with weight.
Very effective with this shot.
Yeah, good speed.
It's got to be close.
Yeah, very
great
good
bowl.
Wow, a very good bowl by Sean.
What a great bowl.
Great shot. might have turned 1 down into 5 up there. I think Alex. It's
That was not bad at all.
very classy shot by Sean. Yeah, 5.
What
very
a
good bowl.
top-notch bowl.
And just like that, the game changes.
Yes, that shocked face is the correct emoticon.
So all of a sudden, we're at 5-all after 4 innings now. So
that was fantastic.
Just what Sean needed. So we said I didn't think he would.
Did we
panic.
call that one, Steve? Kind of.
Kind of.
We called the weight.
He got the split rather than the front bowl.
Yeah,
but
Imagine how many he would have got if he had played our shot.
Certainly the same idea.
Very good. Good to see you watching.
I'll go by the angle we're on, Alex. We can't quite see.
That wasn't our fault.
No. We'll blame the angle.
We've got 59 people watching this live, one of whom is Kelvin Roach, who's Matthew's grandfather. I remember you, Kelvin, from my time in Tauranga.
Be very proud of your grandson, Kelvin. He's playing amazing balls.
Obviously passed on the bowling genes.
Yeah. Yeah. Confidence breeds confidence, Alex. And, a good ball by Sean there who is just...
It has blown this game right out of the water.
It has. And
that's good. It's a good thing for the first ever attempt at live streaming to have an exciting bowl that I'm sure Sean won't be watch again at all.
That's a pretty good reply by Matthew. He's got his green nicely.
Yeah, very close.
He's going to run this out. It's pretty handy though. It's on the run. It's a very good bowl. It's very usable there.
I think Matthew made the final of the Queen's Birthday Pairs here last year as well, Steve. So that's nice.
Yeah.
2 in a row.
So it's very good. Very good. And you were the big meanie that day, I believe, Alex.
Yeah, for once it was nice.
It's all at Matthew's party.
I think we scored on 3 ends and got 2 5s.
Very handy. It's a nice shot here for Matthew. He can either run his last bowl up into the head a little bit. If he's just under it, he can sit the yellow off the head. Just be a bit positive. There's plenty of opportunities for him.
Good options here. He wants to be just reaching a little bit.
Going to get that nicely.
Yep,
that's a very good bowl. Well played. He might not have the shot, but he's got a very, very good positional bowl there just past the kitty.
Interesting to see what Sean calls. Yeah, still on the back end. But you should be looking ideally to be almost into the...
Get around those into the middle of the square. He's got good position. No doubt Mark will be getting Matthew to try and move that yellow bowl again under the black. So just another bowl in the square is good for Sean.
How's the weight?
Sean's around that one. She's good. This could be
it's a good bowl. That's where she wanted it to be.
It's fine. It's the backest bowl on the mat, so it's always good.
Matthew still be on the forehand. 2 or 3 rolls on that yellow.
Yeah, that's right. And if he's a bit wide, he could actually just get a little edge off the black or run the black up to where his previous bowl went to. So it gives him good position. And sometimes once you swap over, you as a skip, you don't necessarily need to have the shot, just have good position on the head.
If you've got good position, it means everything.
Matthew's in there again somewhere. If he's under this, he's got a very good goal.
That was unlucky.
Very unlucky, but that's good position. He's opened up the back of the mat now, so and 2 good back bowls. I'm sure Mark will be more than happy with that.
We're within a foot and a half, and he's going to get a good result.
Sean has to be slightly careful here. He's not too wide and run the outside black up into the head. He's around it though. He's good. He's
just needs to hold.
He's going to sneak around it. Yeah, very good bowl.
Good bowl.
Yeah, Sean's really come onto his game in the last couple of innings.
Just a reminder, Sean played a screamer of a crouch bowl to make it 5-all after 4.
Absolutely amazing. He actually removed 2 bowls out of the head. Mark did only have 1, but he did remove another bowl that was holding him out of the count. So.
And Mark has played this with good weight. He's going to go inside out.
Good shot. Good bowl, Mark. Yeah, very good result.
I would say they're holding 1. I think Blake's probably holding 1 there. And I guess Sean just has to be on his back end through that split.
I don't think there was much luck involved in that bowler, Marks. I mean, it was certainly the percentage shot. If he was narrow, there's always plenty to rub off there.
Good weight for a good result.
Good weight, yeah. Sean will be looking down between those 2 blacks.
He needs his bowl to hold. He needs it to hold.
Oh, he's done it.
Good shot.
Yeah. Very good. Just got enough there.
I don't know who's holding. We'll see what Matthew looks like.
We still don't know. I would suggest that Sean may have got the shot out of that, but
such fantastic bowls happening.
Oh yeah, very good final. All 4 players, doing their job and playing very, very well. as you would expect once we get to the stage of the
North
day.
Island Pairs final, certainly.
Very high quality.
120 teams started off the day and 2 of them are playing now. Will this be their... This could be their 10th game of the day, just about.
Yeah, that's right. So it's been a long day. Started at 8:30 this morning.
It's finishing almost. It's 8 o'clock at night.
It'll probably be around the 8:30 mark. So you're probably looking at a 12-hour day. But these, all these 4 are used to that anyway. They've all played a lot of high-level bowls, so not uncommon for them to have days like this.
A lot of conflagration going on between Mark and Matthew.
Yeah, it's probably one of those shots where they have to be slightly careful. They don't have a lot of back position now, so
they'll be mindful of the fact they've got last bowl as well, which is always a handy get out of jail free.
Most definitely. I think Mark's just got to, even if he is down, he's got to try and create something. And there's a black on the forehand that he potentially got
like he's looking
opportunity. Even if he's slightly underneath it, he could probably pick that yellow out of the head. So he'll probably be attacking, I would think.
Yep, I think you've called that pretty well, Steve. And we wait.
He shouldn't lose his black out of the head. There's a slight yellow that should keep his bowl in the head.
He needs it to hold.
Oh, that's fine.
It was like watching a pinball machine.
He is one down, but that's good.
That's a very good shot.
Again, he's still got opportunities.
Yeah.
There's a black there that he could flip up and sit the other off the
work
net.
way into the head.
Depends what Sean does. Sean has to be careful if he goes on his backhand that he doesn't sit that black down.
Yeah, you never want to do the opposition to work for them.
Yeah, there's 2 sitting blacks on the forehand though. He could potentially look at drawing up between those. It's relatively safe. They are flat.
He's just going to...
If he's just overdrawing it, he should be quite safe. Even if he got one of the blacks full, I shouldn't turn them into
Even
shot.
if he's not effective, he's going to be putting good mud in the eye.
If he's had in that split, that would probably be just as good, I would think.
It's certainly the shot that Mark will probably be looking at. And he's on his backhand.
Right, we obviously don't know much else.
There's a reason
unless he's putting a block in, he might be putting a block in, I think.
No.
I think that'll be his option, trying to block that split on between those 2 blacks.
Needs it to hold for it.
That's okay.
Let's tighten up. Let's force Mark to play with more weight.
Probably play with more weight now, yeah.
Wonder
if he could go on his...
you could almost look on your backhand.
On his backhand.
Underneath the head.
Well, there's a short black there. If he got that black, could he get...
It looks like it's about the 4th shot.
Get right up onto...
If he cut the face of it, it'll cannon off.
Yeah, and get the shot bowl out of there. You could set holding 2 if he got that piece right. Yeah, that's the one Matthew's just pointed to.
Relatively safe bowl as well.
I guess he just
has to be a little careful not to cannon the black yellow one.
Correct. If he's tight and he gets the underside of it, he could actually take his own bowl out and drop another 3. So he could obviously be... you've got to play a tight line on it, I think.
Yeah, there's a big bowl here.
Because if he's got an inside black, he could also slide off and get the shot bowl.
Yeah, if he nails this, how's that going to be for your confidence?
Well, that's right. He's just, Sean's just played a screamer on the last end to pick up a 5. And
mentally, he'll be gunning for
confidence booster for him to play some sort of shot himself.
Take a moment to compose himself. And he looks like he's playing it on the backhand.
I think
we'll see good weight here.
He'll have good weight. He can afford to be right through a few opportunities for him.
He is having a good go. He's having a good go.
Sorry, he's still only
the
one down.
The danger we talked about happened, Steve, but he managed to get a
straight
straight black in for the second
he
shot.
did flip one of his other blacks in, so he's still only one down. So no damage by Mark there. That puts Sean in front. Sean and Joy in front now. 6-5, 5 ends played, so halfway through the game.
It feels like a marathon, Steve. I'm exhausted and I've only been watching.
So the beaten semi-finalists today, Alex, is Rodney Mills and Steve Mills, who both very experienced players and won a lot of bowls over the years. And they were beaten by Mark and Matthew very comprehensively, so that shows how well that Mark and Matthew had played. And in the other semi was Daniel French and Kerry Tatamaki coming up from Otago. So Daniel's a current New Zealand rep.
Very good bowler.
And Kerry's a pretty handy bowler herself, winning the New Zealand Junior Singles back in 2007. Member of the South Island Academy team this year. So it just shows how well these two teams have played
to have won
to beat some quality opposition to get to this way. So it's a good opening bowl by Joy, followed up by another very, very good bowl. It's two very good bowls. Very good start.
They're just starting to get their tails up a little bit.
I think maybe the shot of Sean's a couple of innings ago is just giving them a bit of confidence, and they just kicked on from
what a 5 is going to do for your confidence.
Yeah, especially when you're in a little bit of trouble on that end, and you played an absolute brilliant bowl to get out of it and convert it into a number as well, not just a one.
It would have been very easy for them just to let this game slip away.
Definitely.
Mark was sitting 5-0 up.
Yeah, it's a good back bowl by Matthew. He's just fractionally wide around the head, but better there than short of the head anyway, so it's not wasted at all. We could repeat that, the last two bowls, she just turned her yellow round behind the kitty and cut off those two back bowls of Matthew. So she's not too far away from
She's given it a good go here.
Yeah, just a touch short.
She'll be a little bit disappointed with that. Because it was a good bowl.
I guess because it's given Matthew something. If he's a bit tight, he can rest on those yellows. He does get the kitty, he can trail it through the gap to his two back bowls. Absolutely. And if he was able to do that, then it obviously puts a lot of pressure back on Sean again. He's not far away. That was slightly wide. That's a good bowl though by Matthew. That's really changed the head now.
Terrified myself.
That's a good bowl by Sean. That stopped the little trail for Mark on his backhand, but he can go down forehand. He's sort of a little inside out shot forehand there.
Absolutely.
Get the kitty back again. I think he would be just overdrawing this. Might be extreme weight, but overdrawing it.
The score, Linda, is 6 points to 5.
Just looking past the outside. That's a good bowl there now. He's covered the other back yellows. So
probably got a little bit eager. Probably slightly overplayed that. I think
he did.
Obviously, had he got it, it still would have worked.
He's probably slightly disappointed, but he's still got good position.
Sometimes you just see that shot, and you have so many opportunities to play it, and you get a little bit tunnel vision.
Just be a little bit short on the game, but it might be enough to be in the eye. It's not what he wanted, but it's ended up all right.
He looks real happy with that bowl.
If you're going to have a good miss, that'll be it, I'd say.
6-5 to Sean was the score, Linda. Sorry, I got a bit distracted.
5 ends played.
After 5 ends, so the halfway mark, Sean leading by 1.
Very crucial bowl by Mark here.
Huge bowl.
He's really needing a bit of kitty movement.
I didn't get it. Was hand knife?
Tight. No, just a little bit tight.
They played that with much better weight than his
weight
bowl,
was probably the perfect weight
which
he needed on his first bowl. I think he probably would have been very close if he had that weight. Again, an opportunity for Sean if he can just get around the kitty and get on those back blacks or in behind. He's taking a bit more green on this one, and it's going to be a very good bowl there. That's a very good bowl by Sean.
Yeah, good bowl. So that restricts again what Mark can do because it takes away a section of the mat that the jack could have gone to.
Mark has to be a bit careful here. Obviously, there's probably an attacking shot on the yellow, but I don't think he'd want to miss. He's almost better to probably just try and draw the shot.
I'd just be playing just like a foot
reaching weight.
I mean, you never want to fall short. But there's no point in playing overly aggressive bowl here.
So he does try to need to keep his bowl in the head if he can, doesn't he?
The good thing is if he's slightly narrow with that little foot over, he's going to sit the second shot yellow out.
Yeah, he might get a little
touch. One down.
That's right. He might get a little touch off the yellow and pick the kitty up. He's still got an opportunity of that. But yeah, as you say, if he can cut it down to 1 and he puts him 2 behind on the board, it's not the end of the world.
Down to his green here. I think his weight is okay. That went badly.
Unfortunately, just his bowls fell away from the head. He might still be a couple down.
I think he's 2 down.
Yep, 2 down. That makes the score 8-5 to Sean and Joy after 6 ends.
4 ends to go.
So it's a good comeback by these two. They were 5-0 down after about 4 ends, I think it was. So
4 ends to go, and they'll be looking to try and take this momentum through. They've got a 3-point lead now.
Yeah, they've come very strong through the middle of the game. So.
This is a really important end, really, to decide if we're going to get a close finish or someone who might be able to pull away.
You'd sort of think that if Sean and Joy maybe picked up a 2 or a 3 on the end, they would have been protected. They got their tails up, but
Mark does have last ball.
Matthew certainly not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. If they get they score any number on this end, I think there's a game on definitely over the last 3 ends.
It's definitely a swinging point in the game. Mark and Matthew have got no reason to think that they won't score.
They're playing well enough.
Listen, they've got last ball.
That's a good ball by Matthew.
Matthew's hitting the head up well. Yeah, good beginning.
Even though he might not be all over the kitty, he's getting good position with his back bowls.
Given Mark options to play, and both leads have been picking their green really well.
Definitely.
It's not often that someone loses a bowl wide or narrow. And again, that's just reflective of the fact they've obviously been playing well all day.
Under her last bowl, and that's good. It's covered the kitty up. I mean, Matthew's back bowl is very good now. If he draws into that yellow, he's going to get some kitty movement. Again, if he finishes on the back spot, he's got very good position.
Wouldn't really want to change his weight either. I think he's given himself a chance here.
He's given himself a big chance. He's going to swing in there nicely. Finish on that back spot. That's very good position by Matthew.
Just remembered, Steve. I'm pretty sure I'm right in saying this. The last time Sean was in a North Island Peace final, I think he was about 12.
Oh, right.
I think he was about 12. I think he was playing someone. Lance Jenner perhaps might have won the Peace that year. It's not a bad record. He was a very good junior bowler. When he started, he's one of the youngest people to win a...
I think he was the youngest at one point.
For a long time, he was the youngest to win a Welsh. Yes,
that's a good bowl by George. Very good bowl.
2006, when Waikato won the Welsh Trophy against Otago and Wanganui. And he held on to that title of being the youngest Welsh winner for about
just 10 recent
years or
really,
so,
wasn't it?
I think Aiden's
at his time might have that shirt on him now, but...
that's a big bowl for Matthew. He needs it to hold. He needs to hold.
It's just going to bend a bit too much there, unfortunately.
He played it with good weight as well. He would have got a real good result if he just got around that front bowl.
Again, Sean will be just looking, I think, to get onto that sitting flat black there if he can, and just stop Mark getting into that head. Maybe just be on a bit on the heavy side. His green was fine. I think there's any issue with the green, just maybe a touch heavy. But again, it's another back bowl, so if Mark does attack the head, that's just another bowl behind for Sean.
Mark's got a real good opportunity to develop his head well. Even if he misses wide, he's going to set himself up for like a 3, 2 or 3.
He's got an opportunity here on that yellow. He gets off the outside yellow onto the back yellow. It's really good position on the head.
Oh, it's going to come down enough. He's real close here. He's real close.
It's a good bowl by Mark. Yeah, very well played.
In a way, he was unlucky that he's kind of locked the jack in a little bit. He hasn't given himself as much room to breathe.
He almost might have been better off to still, be one down, but sitting on the back yellow.
Yeah, he was probably looking. I mean, he got a funny angle result with his bowl. If he just sat against that.
Although it does give him an opportunity now. There's a nice draw on his forehand if he was able to sit that shot bowl down.
Sean's looking to sit down off the
lane. He's just a little bit heavy again. Just a bit wide, probably. His speed was really good. Just maybe a fraction on the wide side, but it's an opportunity for Mark if he can sneak past that front black now. Just sit it down. The kitty may squeeze fractionally. Get the outside edge of it. His ball may fall around the corner as well.
Absolutely, options. And I mean, if he does miss, he's still missing to give himself chances with his last bowl, which we know is important because no one can respond to a last bowl. You play it and that's it.
And we've seen the result of that earlier in the game.
Absolutely, with Sean making the most of his last bowl and magicking a 5 out of nothing. Well, a couple of things, but not much.
I think Mark knows the importance of this bowl. With Sean only having one bowl left on this end, he'll put a lot of pressure on if this went right for him. Yeah, good weight.
He's going to come down.
He's going to quite bend in there, but it's another good bowl.
That's a good shot. A little bit of an unlucky result there, really, to get that bowl that he landed on so square through.
Slightly unfortunate too. He's just left enough room still for Sean to get in between the kitty and the outside black there. So it looks like his weight's a little bit better this time.
Careful,
just
Sean.
Be a bit careful. He doesn't want to move that. He might still have the shot though. Just move the kitty off the yellow.
If he's still holding, he'll be pretty chuffed there, I think, Steve.
Yeah, there's a chance for Mark, I guess, just to draw that off now. He doesn't really probably have to need the weight. It's probably just, just positive on the draw. You can just a little edge a kitty. He doesn't have to get it full. Just a little edge will be enough for him to possibly move the kitty to his bowl. He might get 2, possibly 3 if it went right for him.
It's a big moment in the context of this game.
Oh, most definitely. This is it's a very, very big bowl by Mark here.
Oh, I think he's.
Might be a bit short. I don't think he's got the speed. His green was perfect. Absolutely perfect green.
No, we'll see who's holding here. If it's a black, that's good.
He seems fairly confident he might have the shot.
Yeah. Oh, it's not. I mean, it's not the end of the world.
That's okay. They're only 2 behind, 3 ends to go.
It would have been a gutting bowl to play had you been down.
Most definitely.
But if you're holding one, I mean, this game's anybody's.
There was always a chance if he moved that kitty, he could have gone down. So, yeah, not the worst result in the world. So the score's 8-6 to Sean and Joy now. 7 ends played. So 3 ends to go. Still anybody's game.
I've often thought that a crowd for bowls should be a pantomime crowd, Steve. I think it would make it much more exciting if you had a pantomime crowd.
Well, that's a very good opening bowl by
We
Matthew. Yeah, really good bowl.
We could ask for a Mexican wave, but I suspect people would fall off their seats.
I don't think there's too many Mexicans here either. So.
True. Back to the bowls. Joy on her backhand, following Matthew's bowl down.
She's looking pretty good there. Yeah, good bowl, Joy.
That's a good shot.
That's a good bowl. That's fine.
Keeping this head nice and tight.
Just slightly under the kitty, but it's okay, and she's ended in good position. Important for Matthew here. He's probably looking just to match his bowl. If he gets tied onto Joy's bowl, that's probably fine as well.
Absolutely.
He's got nice green. He's got very good green. How's his speed? It might just be a bit short.
Oh, it's always that.
His green was perfect.
He played it with such beautiful weight.
Opportunity for Joy if she draws right to that kitty, a little squeeze out to her last bowl. I don't think you'll see Joy being short here. She could play a slight reaching weight.
Have you come?
It's really good speed, Joy, if she's around the front black.
Ooh. I would blame you for that bowl, Steve.
Sorry.
Commentator's curse. Let's develop the head in an interesting way here. Matthew. He's
probably looking to draw his shot bowl and just set it around the corner a fraction.
How's the weight
that sitting front black's giving him protection on the kitty, so...
Yep, that's a good bowl. It's a good shot. He's taking his chance there. He saw an opportunity.
Probably looking to draw off Matthew's last bowl, I would think, or slightly overdraw off Matthew's last bowl.
And even if she ends up finishing kind of past the head, she's going to give Shaw an opportunity. Don't know why I'm using hand signals.
That's very good.
Gotta be close here.
Oh, she's just going to hang a bit wide. Good speed. Really good speed.
That was unlucky. She was definitely giving herself a chance. All comes down to that second bowl, I think, which kind of set the head in.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Anyway, but
just took the slightly narrow line, unfortunately, and probably forced her fractionally wide with her third bowl.
As we say, Mark will be getting down here to play this bowl and thinking, I've got to make this one effective and put the nail, in this head and make Sean do something.
That's right. He has to also be careful he doesn't set Sean up here for something.
Yeah, you never want to invent a shot for them.
Actually, not a bad shot would be, even if he fell a bit short on the side of that front black, wouldn't be such a bad bowl. Which I think he's really going to be close to doing.
Pretty much, yeah.
It's actually a good bowl.
That's a good shot.
It's a very good bowl. Sean could use that and run it up onto kitty to squeeze, but...
That black plant's not set up to peel anything off, I don't think.
No, and I think the sitting flat black will probably stay anyway. Unless he plays it on the other hand and at least clears those two short folds out of the way. Yeah,
I'd be tempted to play right through that myself.
If he got the outside one, he might just about clean out the back two blacks as well.
Yeah, if he gets it on the inside half from where we're looking, or the left from where we're looking, the other blacks have an opportunity to move.
Yeah, into that crouch, he's played this shot very well. His weight's been great with these shots so far in this game.
He's got to be close here. Steve.
Any movement's good for Sean, I think.
What a bowl.
It's a good bowl. Slightly unlucky. His bowl just got a rub off the black and sat down.
He was going to split and follow.
It looked like it was running right through onto kitty.
He's very accurate with those little crouch shots.
Again, Mark's got an opportunity here right into that gap if he could draw. I guess there is a slight danger.
No, don't play the forehand. I'll be on the back end right into that split.
Yeah, I think I would be too. I mean, there's obviously danger of turning the yellow, but...
Yeah. A lot of times in bowls you have to play a positive shot, a preemptive shot.
I think if he plays a tight line and he gets into that split and sits the yellow...
Yeah. Oh, we're not doing that. But, I mean, they're in the final. I'm sorry, Paul. Oh, okay.
Oh, Mark's looking to get rid of that yellow bowl. So obviously sees it as the danger. Sean does have a shot on the yellow to squeeze it out through the gap.
Their thinking probably is we take away some options and force Sean to play a perfect bowl.
Most definitely.
Which, I mean, that's still a valid...
They're in a strong position on this end. They've got 3 very good bowls around the kitty there. Sean does have to be careful. I mean, he's got a very good shot on that yellow, but if he got the wrong angle, he could chip it off the head.
Up the mat if he's narrow onto that plate.
Yeah. Again, down in there with some weight.
I can't see.
That's a very good bowl by Sean.
Good shot.
Yeah, very good bowl. And if Mark had have drawn right into that gap, it would have taken that shot away from Sean.
Yeah.
He'll probably be looking to draw that last ball, or just slightly overdraw that last bowl of Sean's off the head, I would think. And got a little bit of kitty. He's a chance just to sit it back amongst his blades.
He'll make a 3. He'll sit there with 3.
Definitely.
It was an interesting call that they made there. I mean, it's not off the seat. There's no right or wrong shot. There's always option. But had he got it, he would have changed the shot around.
Just got to make sure he's got good green here and good positive weight.
He'll be looking to make this one different account.
Probably doesn't want to be narrow. If anything, he's got to be slightly on the side of wide.
He wants his ball to go over just to the right of the middle of the square.
Yes, yeah. He's got a chance to run that bowl clean off the head. Might just be a touch for him.
How's this going to be?
How's the speed? Got the weight. Oh.
Down you come.
Very good effort. That's a very good effort. Oh.
Sean will be right through that.
There's a nice split there for Sean now.
And even if he's wide, Sean's going to get a reasonable result, I think.
Yeah. The only thing I guess he has to be slightly careful. He doesn't. If he got the yellow first, then he could just end up rolling his ball off the head and sitting out himself.
Yeah, which would be a calamity.
And dropping a 3, but I think he's got to be into that split with a bit of weight. Yeah, that's a shot just down there with some good controlled weight. He might go with his little crouch again, and I think it's relatively safe for him.
Yeah, I can't really see much going wrong there, to be fair. And I mean, if worst comes to worst, they have a back yellow. if it goes strangely.
Sean just having a look at the score here. Obviously, it's here's a couple up on the board. So if he's 1 down on the head, he may just, it still puts him ahead with 2 ends to go. It does keep him 1 up. He may just be looking at that option and think, well, maybe it's just to draw it. If he's white on the draw and he draws the black, he's still got a chance to draw a kitty onto his yellow.
Yeah, he's just talking about the possibility of dropping a 3, but is he going to play it?
No, he's not playing his ball.
Fair. That's fair. Just playing the scoreboard there.
Yeah, good thinking. And there was a shot for him, but it could have gone wrong.
His crouch ball's called the Crouching Tiger, Steve.
The Crouching Tiger.
Must remember that for the next one he does.
Might become a hidden dragon soon. Yeah.
That'd be interesting.
So scores 8-7 now to Sean. 18's played.
18's played.
So 2 to go, 1 the diff. So it's
if the scores are
what
even,
we expected, Alex. A bit close.
Absolutely. If the scores are even after 10 ends, a further end will be played. And it's just the team that scores will then play. No longer the tossing of the coin and changing of the colours and changing around the teams.
It's a continuation of the game.
It's just a simple continuation of the game. It's a simple rule.
Matthew just a fraction short with his first bowl there. Good line, just a fraction short.
That's
a good start by Joy. Yeah, perfect lead bowl, really, just behind the kitty.
I've been consistently bamboozled, Steve, by the amount of people who think that a kill now has somehow changed with this new rule.
Yes, I think there's a lot of confusion over the rule changing with the being a draw at the end of a game as opposed to a kill.
Yeah, good bowl there, Matthew.
Good bowl by Matthew. Fortunately, he still does leave a little trail for Joy, so he
should be looking to keep the weight
as well.
But
I'm sure he would have preferred it just slightly behind the kitty. Good speed by Joy.
Yeah, she's kept away, but what she wants to do. This could be real close.
This
could be close, Steve.
Great
bowl.
Very good bowl by Joy.
And Jack just ran away a little bit more from those bowls than she would have liked to.
Yeah, I think her bowl just might have run into the other yellow perhaps, so good chance for Matthew. He can redeem himself here and right on top of kitty.
He's given himself a chance.
He has.
He's given himself a real chance here. Oh, it's going to go flying.
He sits on the back of the mat. That's a good back bowl though. That's fine. That's fine. Even if Joy was to draw on top of the kitty here, Mark's still now got the back bowl.
That was the best way for Matthew to play that bowl was to be erring slightly past.
Definitely.
Fed for
because if he got his line right, he would have picked the kitty up and trailed, so that's fine. There's no problem with that. I'm sure Mark will be happy with that positional bowl.
And a reminder, the score is 8-7 to Sean. After 8 ends of the 10 that they will be playing, and she is going to ride the wrinkles.
Oh, the wrinkles are just slowed her bowl up. She was on track to sit on top of Matthew's bowl, so she's unfortunately got caught up in those wrinkles.
Yeah, she's crossed over holding 3. And again, we talked about this first bowl.
Mark was to draw one right on top of Kitty. He would put a lot of pressure on Sean because he does have a very good back bowl. So very, very crucial bowl again, Alex, that first bowl of the skip.
And the money shot is Alani and Phipps combo court. One of the more successful groups of bowlers. Fortunately just lost his weight a little bit, Mark, over the last year or two, but surely he'll be aware of that and he'll rectify it, no doubt. Still got chances. It depends what Sean does with this
There's
one.
a good bowl by Sean, I think. Looks like he's got very good weight on this. So it's past that Kitty. That's a very good bowl. Yep, very good bowl by Sean. Sean and Tilly just seem to be full of confidence right now. Playing every bowl with confidence. That's a bit of weight by Mark. It's a very, very good bowl.
He has a good chance here.
It's about right on top of Kitty.
Oh, that
well
is
played.
top notch. That is a good bowl.
That's a great position after his first bowl. Might even be touching there, so that's going to change Sean's shot.
When you put yourself in Mark's shoes, he fell violently short on his first bowl. Sean added 4 down, second bowl, to get down and draw a touch.
Very critical bowl.
Shows he's still feeling the game, and this is not far away.
Be on that back. We're going to get some Kitty movement.
Where's the jet going?
Oh, well played. Very well played.
It's a shame those 3 blacks from me, because I reckon that 3 yellow plant would work to peel everything off, Steve.
Yeah, just about would.
Perhaps you try a shot put over the 3 black onto the front yellow.
Walsh, doesn't he? So similar sort of build. So
why not?
Give it a go.
The umpire couldn't run fast enough to catch the ball.
We hope.
Maybe.
Like
Bruce Wiggins, I think, is the umpire on. At the moment, a stalwart of Fabulous Bowls been umpiring here for as long as I've been coming to the Queenstown.
I think it's going to go as backhand, is it? Yeah, looks like he's going down his backhand there. Obviously, see something. Maybe he's going to back himself to try and draw in those yellows.
Yeah, perhaps just to move that yellow a little bit.
Yeah, just sit it down. If he sat that down on the draw, he might get 2 shots out of it. I don't think there's any weighted shot there.
How's
he's got a little bit of speed on. It might be just a touch quick. We're not going to just.
Oh, they're only one down there.
That's right. It's going to be, unless Sean does draw another shot, it's quite hard for him to add too many to it.
Yeah, I can't see any way that he can. I mean,
he could if he just slipped past that yellow, he might draw 2.
So he's on his backhand, just looking to make it 2.
It's a safe option.
How's his weight here?
He might have just overcooked it a fraction as well.
Okay, so we're going into the last end of the North Island Pairs final with Sean Blackburn and Joy Archer leading 9 points to 7. So they're looking to protect a 2-point lead.
Yeah, and it's going to be quite critical, I think, for Joy straight off, up front to get her bowls, mate. Just trying to get past that Kitty. She's been playing very, very well.
Yep, both. I mean, all 4 players, to be fair, have been playing fantastic bowl all day, really. I mean, it's been 12 hours now since we started. I'm still able to focus enough to play good bowl. It's hard to overstate how tiring it can be when you play a full day. You get home and you just want to put your feet up.
Even though you're tired, you get yourself in the groove. That's a very good start by Joy. As a skip, that's what you want. You're 2 up the last end of a final, and you leave Ponks on top like that.
You breathe a sigh of relief, really, don't you, Steve?
It also gives you a lot of confidence about how everything's going to go.
Now, this ball needs
to be... Not a bad reply by Matthew here. If he drops down there, that's a very good shot there. Yep, that's a very good bowl. Would have been easy for Matthew to slightly overplay that.
Yeah.
Get no result, but that's a very good spot.
Stay on your backhand, I would think. No, on the forehand.
Probably trying to match Matthew's
looking
bowl.
For the corner of the box to Matthew's bowl.
Someone's possibly worried if Joy came down the backhand again. She may have moved it. If she moves it on this hand, it's not such a big issue.
Pupasala was the king of drawing a toucher and then following it around on the same hand.
Yes, it's a great skill to have.
Ridiculous.
That's a very good bowl. Another great bowl by Joy.
That's great bowling.
2 very, very good lead bowls there.
When you get to the last end of a championship, that's what you want to be doing in the league.
Yeah, not a bad bowl by Matthew here. He's
He
just
is
adjusted
very
his weight a
close.
little
He's
bit.
very, I think he's got it. Yeah,
It's
it's a
very
good
good.
bowl.
Very well played.
I see it's kind of
Mark will be
developed.
very happy with that.
Yeah, I reckon Mark, with his last bowl, is going to have a chance to get the 2, Steve.
Yeah,
Maybe even the
definitely.
3 for the win. How exciting would that be?
Oh. It's been a very, very good final. Some very high quality bowls played.
And it's a scoring game, which is what you see. You know, when you got 4 good players, it's rare for it to run out in one direction. You know, one team might start off scoring the big points, but often the momentum does shift. And Sean chose his moment absolutely perfectly.
Oh, perfect. And bowls is all about timing, and it was
It is.
timed to perfection, really. Nice shot here for Matthew. Looks like Mark's just wanting him just to maybe rest that yellow off the head. I guess he could be slightly unlucky, and maybe, you know, if he edged the kitty, if he's got any sort of weight on his bowl, he could get unlucky, but certainly a shot that needs to be played at this point, I think.
Take a moment to compose himself.
Just slightly underdone it. However, it's not the worst bowl in the world there if it stays on.
Just
unlucky.
triple
Had it
off.
stayed on the mat, it would have given Mark an opportunity in this corner of the mat as well.
He gave it a good go.
I think his weight was okay. He just
I think so
underdone the
too,
green
yeah.
a little bit.
It is a hand that's been holding a little bit during the game, so.
Yeah, good
This
bowl
is
by
quite
Sean
strong.
here. He's on that black. It's a very good bowl. That's a great bowl. Just showed the importance of that last bowl of Matthews, really, to change the head.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Sean's first bowl.
I think Sean's getting a bit hungry for that North Island title, Steve. He's got
Yeah. Oh, he's played some very good bowls in this game.
but well and truly between his teeth. And Mark's going to have to make something happen here to give himself a chance.
Yes, his first bowl's quite important here. He does need to change the head in some way.
Like 3 or 4 rolls on that front yellow if he plays it on his forehand. If he gets it right, his collision bowl's going to follow through.
Correct. I think just any change will be good for Mark right now.
Absolutely. Just essentially needs to make contact with the head. Is it going to come down enough?
Might be a fraction wide, perhaps. It's on that back yellow. That's okay. That's not the end of the world.
Well, that's a bit okay, and that's where I'd be going if I was Sean. Chuck it wide.
Just follow that around.
Split
Splitting those two black
blacks.
bowls, I think.
Yeah. No need. I mean, you look at the head. It's got a 1 bowl target. That's what you want to.
I mean, Sean tries to go to the head again. He could create a split or just fattening up the target a little bit, isn't he? I'm sure he'll keep away from it. Just look back somewhere between those black bowls. Yeah, his weight's very good. That's a good bowl by Sean back there. That's not wasted at all.
Nicely
very
done.
good. Yeah, that's made it quite tough for Mark now.
Mark, he needs to play this perfect. He needs to get slightly left of square on that front
I
yellow.
would think if Mark missed this, it's he's going to be very tough with his last bowl. Might just be a bit tight, I think. Or yeah, that's what Matthew's saying. Bowlers, Matthew played with his last bowl.
Sean could almost touch his island title. I think they'll be looking just a way not to.
I think just follow his last bowl. I think and he's
You
probably
don't want to
shut
give him anything more.
Mark out of the game. The other option, of course, he could just look at dropping something short in the way.
Either put something short, mud in the eye, or you
Yeah.
chuck one past. I think I'd be tempted to go past myself.
They played a very good covering
They played it
bowl
well
with his
on the
second
last
bowl.
time,
I'm
so
sure
I
he'll do the
think,
same again. It looks like it's that hand just holds nicely, and he's out there again. Yeah, he's good again. He's on that black bowl. He's just about perfect.
That's a good bowl.
Yeah, it's a great bowl.
That's a good bowl. Sean and Joy have played this last end like a pair who want to win
Yeah,
the
very, very good.
title. Mark still has half a chance there. If he gets that front yellow perfect, he can split the jack out and follow it down for 2, and that would force an extra in.
Yes.
That's all I can see, really, to be honest. And he'd need to have perfect weight.
Very perfect way. He's got to get the kitty to the right spot as well.
The jack needs to finish near the corner of the box, and his collision bolt needs to finish there as well.
That's all he's got, I think. There's not too many other options for him.
Oh, don't worry.
So it's all down to this bowl, Alex. So the title. Well, Sean's taken a few deep breaths there.
Sean looks like he's going to faint. He's given it a chance. He's given it a chance. He's given
fraction tight, I think. Yeah, just a fraction tight.
Great effort.
Great try, though. Congratulations to Sean and Joy. Champions.
One of the better finals you could ask to have. Thank you for helping me out with the commentary, Steve, and to everyone who decided to tune in and watch.
And hopefully it's been a success. And
look what it means to them. Fantastic. Good to see.
Great effort. Bad luck to...
we'll be back for the fours and the triples. Probably with the same jury rigged thing. Have you ended it yet, Colin?
It's worked amazing.
Not yet.
Not yet.
If you could end it now,
we're rambling rather than talking.
We're just waiting.